A long, long time ago, before there were planes in the skies, ghosts and monsters would creep at night, scaring with shocking surprise. They would wait around the corner or hide in a sneaky place, then jump out as if from nowhere, pulling a silly face. They would chase people everywhere. To them it was like a game. But since Billy went to monster school, things have never been the same. At monster school they were taught to scare and to creep and crawl. But there's no need to be afraid now, because they don't do that at all. The first night Billy went to school, he grabbed his big bag of things. His false pointy teeth, a very big club, and a sack of scary bat's wings. He waved goodbye to his mum and dad as they dropped him off at school. In the playground he saw lots of creatures, monsters, ghosts and ghouls. When Billy had found his new class, he sat down by a werewolf called Rex. They were both excited to learn, but weren't ready for what happened next. Bang, flash, puff, a cloud of smoke filled the room. Then whoosh entered Miss Scary, flying in on her witch's broom. Cackle, 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 she laughed as she crash-landed on her desk. Today you'll learn to play tricks, make potions and be grotesque. Before she could say another word, Billy put his hand high in the sky. What would you like to ask, she said. Billy simply said, why? Why do we learn to be nasty and to scare all the people away? Wouldn't it be better to have fun, be helpful, make friends and play? Miss Scary thought for a while, then scratched her flea-ridden head. I don't really know. We've done it for years. I'll ask Mr. Frightful, she said. Mr. Frightful teaches surprise, and his classroom is just next door. Follow me and we'll ask him, what do we scare people for? Miss Scary and all of her class marched their way down the hallway and asked him nice and politely, why do we teach scaring all day? Well, let's see, said Mr. Frightful. Then he paused and scratched his head. I'm not really sure, to be honest. Let's ask Mr. Creepy instead. So off went both of the classes, Mr. Frightful, Miss Scary and Billy. They trudged their way down the hallway, confused and feeling quite silly. Arriving at Mr. Creepy's class, they all stumbled through the door. How can I help? Came a big deep voice. He taught how to growl and to roar. As Miss Scary got to her feet, she put her hat back on her hair. She then asked Mr. Creepy, why do we teach monsters to scare? That's a difficult question. I don't really know, he said. He too thought very carefully and began to scratch his head. There's only one thing for it. Let's go and ask the head teacher. Everyone gasped all at once, as he was the scariest creature. So Billy and the teachers, with all three classes in tow, made their way down the hallway, trembling and walking quite slow. Bang, bang, bang! They knocked on the head teacher's door. As it slowly creaked open, he grumbled, What have you woken me for? Some bats and a strange smelling smoke came out as the door opened wide. They stood there nervously shaking, then looked for somewhere to hide. What terrible creature would need a door of that height and size? As the squelching shuffle came nearer, in fear they all closed their eyes. Hello, the head teacher said as he made his way into the hall. I'm sorry for my big scary door. It's much too wide and too tall. Wow, aren't there a lot of you? How can I help you today? Billy walked to the front of the group and then began to say, Why do we learn all about how to scare and chase people away? Wouldn't it be better to have fun, be helpful, make friends and play? The head teacher thought for a while and started scratching his head. I can't even think of one reason. I've never been asked that, he said. To find out what happened to Billy and to see if Monster School ever changed, pop into your local bookshop and buy a copy, or visit our website to order a copy online. I hope you enjoy it.